I truly believe that the business is shifting in a way that a lot of dealers aren't prepared for. All of our customers from 18 and up are used to the Amazon experience and the Carvana experience. Customers want to go into the dealership, but they don't want to sit there for 4 hours. If we can get as much done up front, that process should only take about 30 to 45 minutes.
It's everyone's dream to grow, to be a bigger dealer, to be a better dealer, or even get your first dealership.
Car buying is about the people.
Everybody wants to know what's the car business like, and they like to see under the hood.
Welcome to the Walk Around Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Mark Spoto, joined by my co-host, Heather Wilkinson.
Good to be here, Mark.
Heather, we are back trying to deliver insights, trends, information that's going to help everyone out there in the automotive industry. It's such a dynamic place to be, and we're trying to do our best to bring stories to the market.
And I think we definitely hit it out of the park with Christian Crain, the VP of Operations from Crain Family Companies, who provide us incredible insight on how they're seeing how to address a frictionless process when you're buying a vehicle or servicing it at Crain Automotive Group, and addressing the affordability and how we can find ways for consumers to get into new and used vehicles.
That's right. Christian has a lot of perspective. They have 23 stores across the state of Arkansas. And we also get into the future of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
That's right. He had some frictionless predictions on who we'll see in the championships.
Apparently, that's the word of the year.
That's the word of the year.
Well, let's hear more from Christian and take a walk around. Well, we are happy to have Christian Crain with us from the Crain Family Companies. Christian, thank you so much for taking time to join us on the Walk Around Podcast.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
We are so excited to have you here today, talk a little bit about automotive. Maybe we'll talk a little football as well.
Sure.
Talk about those Razorbacks.
Yeah.
Love to get into this conversation. You want to hop right in, Mark?
Yeah, let's do it. So we hear a lot in the industry about affordability, that being a crisis, an opportunity. What is your perspective on customer affordability, and what are some things you guys are doing to address it?
Yeah, so I think the affordability issue started from what we're seeing in the COVID years, right? So when we were guilty of this, of selling over MSRP on a lot of new vehicles, which turns into this trade cycle of where you're seeing customers with pretty high negative equity going into the car deal, and then you throw on top a really expensive vehicle, more expensive than it should be, and you've got a really big problem. So what we're doing is with that is we're just trying to honestly give them the best financing options. We're using companies like Upstart that claim to approve your mid-tier credit score people, that buyers that wouldn't otherwise get approved, and this bank is able to pretty much offer a higher advance on MSRPs and bookouts and stuff like that. So that'll help us, I believe, roll all this negative equity into expensive vehicles that they're purchasing into the car deal and hopefully reset the market a little
Christian,
bit.
are you seeing these lenders that you're working with also giving longer terms, or consumers? Because I've heard that consumers are now looking at loans from anywhere. You used to think 84 months was long,
Right.
But you're buying a $100,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
You've got customers who are financing for 120 months. Are you seeing any of that in your market?
Not really. I think 120 is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right. We do see a lot of 84. I don't like to put a customer in the street higher than that. It's bad for everybody. It's bad for the market. It's bad for the customer. It's bad for our brand, our look as an industry. So that is an option. We really just try to fight for the rate. A lot of the time we try not to have a big reserve bump. And really, if we sell product and really try to just sell the customer at the buy rate to help with the affordability on the monthly payments.
And I'm hearing value is what you're building there for the customer.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because ultimately you want them to come back to your dealership.
Yeah, we look at it, and this is something that I've really tried to instill in our salespeople and managers and everything on the variable side is this is a long-term play for us. I'm pretty young. We've got 22, 23 stores. I want to keep expanding. Our brand is worth a lot more than an extra $500 to $1,000 on the front end of a deal. And so the customer is the most important, and the retention of that customer is going to be a huge player for us going, in the future.
Yeah, and then tying it to retention, you did share with us that you all are focused on having a frictionless process
Absolutely.
for the Crain Automotive Group consumers when they come in. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have we started this year words of the year, and this word of this year is frictionless. I truly believe that the business is shifting in a way that a lot of dealers aren't prepared for. I see a lot of go to 20 group meetings, go to these events, and people aren't capable of understanding that all of our customers from 18 and up are used to the Amazon experience and the Carvana experience, and what we are really focusing on is how can we make it as easy as possible for the customer? How can we make it to where they can do a full car deal online without even talking to a human being? And we think now that's not the whole market, but that is where the market is going.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are trying to be the leaders in that change, and it's hard to do, really. I mean, very easy to talk about. There's so many different good vendors out there for those softwares to put on your websites, and it's just it's something that is going to take a lot of work for the industry in general in order to push us in that right direction.
Are you hearing more and more customers ask for an experience like that? Is that something that's relevant to them?
It's funny. We talk about it all the time, is how we want to make it like that. And we want to get ready for the change, but customers still want to go into the dealership, right? But what we look at is customers want to go into the dealership, but they don't want to sit there for 4 hours.
Exactly.
They don't want to sit there for 2 hours. If we can get as much done up front, that process should only take about 30 to 45 minutes. Let's find the car. Let's get your financing. Let's even sell you the product that you are on the back end, and let's get it all done. You come make sure you like the car, and we'll do the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's the second largest purchase that consumers make, and the average vehicle new car price now we're looking at well over $50,000. They still want to see it.
Absolutely.
But they want to come in and not be there all day.
Right.
Great point.
So, Christian, we heard you're a bit of a betting man. Is that true? Are our sources correct?
I like a gamble every now.
Every now and then, right?
Yeah.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like a little action?
Yeah.
Here
Come on.
And graduating from University of Arkansas and being a Razorback,
Sure.
so you gambled a little bit.
A little bit.
On how the football teams are going to be doing, and basketball, I'm sure.
So we have two automotive industry related ones, and then we're going to end on somewhat of a fun one.
Sure.
All right.
Okay? Not that this all isn't fun. We love this business.
Hey,
But
Christian, Mark, and Heather, I see fun all over this.
that's right. We're a party.
That's
You
right.
want to hang out with us.
That's right.
Okay.
This is a good time.
This is a good time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you talked a little bit about frictionless. We hear often how much AI is playing a role in sales process and customer outreach. Here's a hot take. AI is going to handle more than 30% of your store's customer communications in the next 2 years. Are you going to bet that or forget it?
I'd bet that.
Wow.
Wow. Tell us.
Does that seem like a attainable goal? Are you seeing positive results in incorporating AI into customer communications?
AI has been around for a lot longer than people talk about.
Yeah.
And I'm a big, I told my girlfriend this yesterday. I'm so tired of people talking about AI, right? Because no one even knows what AI is.
It feels like when people were talking about autonomous cars.
That's right.
Right? And like that was going to take over the industry. And no one would be driving their own car anymore.
Sure.
It's a little bit of a hype curve.
Absolutely. I think, we tend to get really freaked out in this business about the smallest things, right? And it's going to completely change the business. I believe that AI can help with the communication with the customer. I think communication within any business, especially the car business, is the number one problem that we face. you've got a lot of, like, we use DriveCentric, and they have a good AI tool that responds to our customers. Is it the best? No, right? But does it immediately respond, and can it actually take a question that the customer has and provide the right answer? Yes. And so it's getting better and better, and there's a lot of really good companies out there outside of the car business that's mastered it. And so, yeah, I believe it'll be out.
All right, so
And
you're
if
gonna
your
bet that.
focus this year is frictionless, these
Sure.
are steps that are going to help get there.
Absolutely.
Because communication is where a lot of friction occurs in your sales and service departments and
Mhm.
dealerships.
Yeah.
All right, number 2. You talked a little bit about this already in terms of the buying process, but I'm curious if you feel this strongly about it, one way or the other. The
Hmm.
average used car buyer will embrace 100% online purchasing without ever seeing the car in person. Bet it or forget it.
I forget that. Yeah, I don't.
So this goes back to wanting that experience
Yeah,
and
yeah.
talking with
Yeah,
someone.
I think everybody wants to look at the car. And I think the companies like Carvana that have that model, it's not sustainable.
Mhm.
I don't believe.
Yeah. Without that money back guarantee,
Sure.
which a lot of the used car operations have that,
Yeah.
where the consumer buys a used car. Do you all have that option?
Absolutely.
You do.
Mm.
How long's the return policy?
100 hours.
All right, Christian, you talked about going to the University of Arkansas.
Yeah.
The Razorbacks will see the college football playoff in the next 3 years.
I'll bet that.
Bet
I'll
that.
bet that.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
So you're feeling optimistic
Right,
about where
I
they're
am.
headed.
I mean,
Okay.
all you got to do is be top 12.
That's right. Or maybe he's top 16, depending on what happens.
Yeah. I mean, I hope Razorback fans are way over optimistic. And so every year I'm like, well, this is our year.
This is our year.
We'll go 2-10 like we did last year. But I will bet that we will make it to a college football playoff.
I felt the same way about the Seminoles, and boy, was that a disaster.
Oh, gosh. Well, I won't talk about the Bison. So
Let's not. Christian, thank you so much for sharing your time, your insights. Best of luck on a really successful 2026.
Thank you so much, guys.
We really appreciate you joining us today on The Walk Around, and we hope you enjoyed the episode. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow us. We look forward to seeing you next time on The Walk Around.